Fatima, Portugal, May 13, 1917. In the hills located just outside this small farming village, 3 young children are walking through a sheep pasture when suddenly a bright light appears in the sky. They are shocked to see what looks like a heavenly angel floating above them. The children believe that this otherworldly figure is the Blessed Virgin Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ.
These 3 shepherd children, Francisco, Jacinta, and Lucia, they are out in the field, and Our Lady, the Blessed Mother, appears to them. When Our Lady began speaking to these children in Fatima, she told them that she would come back on the 13th of each month. And those children, they immediately told this story of this apparition to their parents.
When these children go and tell this story to the people of the town, they don't believe them. 3 little kids, shepherds up there in the mountains, they're not going to believe them. People said, "You're lying."
Despite the skepticism, the children insisted that they were being visited by the Virgin Mary on the 13th of every month. In fact, they reported that the apparition had specifically told them she would return to perform a miracle on October 13th. For months, the residents of Fatima wondered whether this extraordinary prophecy would come true. And so, on October 13th, 1917, thousands of people gathered with the children to see if the Virgin Mary would appear. And the crowd witnessed an incredible celestial event that came to be known as the miracle of the sun.
There was a crowd of anywhere between 70,000 to 100,000 people on that day, and it had been pouring rain. Everybody was drenched, and everybody looked up. The clouds had parted. They could see the sun, and the sun was going all around the sky, and then it was coming crashing into the earth. People were crying, they were screaming, some were openly confessing their sins. But then gradually, the sun went back to its place in the sky, and when everybody looked around, their clothes and the ground were completely dry. So after all of this had happened, that changed the opinions of many people, because you can't explain those things. If they had doubted, now they believed.
After conducting a thorough investigation, the Catholic Church declared that the miracle of the sun was an event that was, quote, worthy of credence. Also taken seriously were visions and prophecies the Blessed Mother shared with one of the children.
At one point, one of these children, Lucia, was given 3 secrets. The first was that she got to see what hell looked like, to see how horrible it is. And the second was that there would be an end to the war. This is World War I. But that another war would come. This would be World War II.
Our Lady said, when you see a night illuminated by a great light in the sky, know that it is when God is about to punish the world for its crimes. Well, that great light happened in January of 1938. It was reported as an aurora borealis. Even the New York Times had a story on it back then. And shortly thereafter, Hitler annexed Austria, and some believe that to be the real beginning of World War II.
For the faithful, the second secret was further proof that the children had received prophecies from the Virgin Mary. However, for decades, the third and final secret was kept in a sealed envelope in the Vatican. But then, on the 64th anniversary of the first vision of Fatima, an event took place, which ultimately led to the third secret being revealed.
This secret remained sealed until May 13th, 1981, when Pope John Paul was in Vatican Square and an assassination attempt was made on his life. He was shot and very close to death, but he survived.
After recovering from his gunshot wounds, Pope John Paul II decided to open the envelope containing the third secret because he believed that the attempt on his life, taking place on the anniversary of the Fatima vision, was not a coincidence.
The third secret of Fatima talks about this vision of a man in white who is walking about a city, and then he arrives at a cross, and then at this cross, he is shot with bullets and dies there. A lot of those who have looked at this third secret of Fatima really see that this man in white has to be the Holy Father.
If the bullet went a fraction one way or the other, it would have killed the Pope. And because it happened on May 13th, which is the anniversary of the first apparition of Our Lady of Fatima, he believed that it was the Virgin Mary that had saved his life.
Pope John Paul II saw this as verification of these three children